Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Alexandra's horrible 1923 Season 2 journey is actually taking her even farther from Spencer. In 1923 Season 2, Alexandra of Sussex, Julia Schläfer, is on a mission to reunite with Spencer Dutton, Brandon's Glenner, but in Episode 4, she is heading further away from him. Alex's journey in 1923 Season 2 has been heartbreaking to the extent that it can be hard to watch. 1923 Season 2, Episode 4 follows up on Alex's ominous cliffhanger, with a sinister stranger following her into the bathroom at Grand Central Station. Despite a dire beating, Alex made it on her train at the last moment, throwing her bag and leaping onto the platform in an incredible feat. However, Alex has a long journey ahead. After getting on the train, Alexandra makes the long walk to her sleeper car, which she shares with a mother and her children. The bruises that Alex wears are a physical reminder of how harrowing her journey has been so far. Still, she perseveres, driven by her will to return to the love of her life. Alex and Spencer met in 1923 Season 1. Theirs is one of the Yellowstone franchise's best love stories. Still, Alex only gets further from the man she loves in Journey the Rivers of Iron. In 1923 Season 2, Episode 4, Spencer's wife gets on a train heading to Boston, Massachusetts. Unfortunately, that means Alex is heading further east, traveling in the opposite direction of Montana, where she will reunite with Spencer. While Alex will connect with a westbound train in Boston that's heading to Billings, Montana, it's challenging to know that Alex still isn't in the clear yet, especially after suffering a harrowing beating in the restroom. Watching Alexandra of Sussex fight her way home to her husband has been inspiring, and she's only a fraction of the way through her journey. Under the dire circumstances she faces, I would feel better knowing that Alex was heading west, allowing her to truly move past all the life-threatening travel interchanges that have thrust her into danger so far. Alex has a humiliating experience at Ellis Island and barely makes it out of New York City, though she continues fighting. Alex's bad luck started with her and Spencer's journey in 1923 Season 1. The pair were shipwrecked on a decrepit tugboat and stranded in international waters. Then, the couple got separated in 1923 Season 1's ending, causing their troubles in Season 2. Unfortunately, it's far too soon to say that Alexandra Dutton is out of harm's way. 1923 Season 2 has made it abundantly clear that Spencer's wife isn't safe traveling alone and has a long journey ahead of her. First, Alex will arrive in Boston, requiring another stop at a busy train station. Hopefully, Alex has learned to watch her back after New York City, but even then, she could be overpowered again like she was in Episode 4. Beyond that, Alex Dutton star Julia Schläfer commented that Alex hadn't seen the worst yet in 1923 Season 2, Episode 4. In a TV Line interview, Schläfer commented that Alex thinks she's through the worst of it, implying that sinister challenges lie in wait for Spencer's wife. While it was fantastic to watch Alex board the train at the last minute, she had all her money and valuables stolen, leaving her with no resources for food or passage from Billings to Bozeman. Alex must encounter more kind humans like the ones she met at the newsstand and the Grand Central ticket booth to help her complete her 1923 journey, and she will have to find the willpower to continue. When 1923 premiered, it introduced us to Alexandra, a spirited young woman who defied societal norms to be with the love of her life, Spencer Dutton. Her journey in Season 1 was a whirlwind of romance, danger, and adventure, as she left behind a life of privilege to embrace the unknown alongside Spencer. However, as 1923 Season 2 unfolds, Alexandra's odyssey is becoming more treacherous and, ironically, driving an even deeper wedge between her and Spencer, rather than bringing them closer together. Alexandra's Season 2 arc is anything but a fairy tale. While her escape from Arthur's grasp in Season 1 was thrilling, her troubles are far from over. Separated from Spencer due to the legal repercussions of their actions, Alexandra now faces a new set of obstacles that make her journey back to him nearly impossible. Immigration issues, treacherous ocean crossings, and societal constraints are just the beginning of her woes. Each step she takes is met with resistance, pushing her farther away from the man she risked everything to be with. One of the most harrowing aspects of Alexandra's Season 2 storyline is her struggle for autonomy. In Season 1, she made the bold decision to abandon a comfortable yet stifling existence to forge her own path. However, in Season 2, she finds herself at the mercy of forces beyond her control. Stranded in Europe, facing the repercussions of aristocratic betrayal, and unable to reunite with Spencer, she begins to question whether her love story is truly destined to succeed. The very independence that once defined her now feels like a curse, as every attempt to reclaim her agency seems to backfire. Meanwhile, Spencer's own journey is fraught with its own perils. Determined to return to Montana and protect his family, he is forced to navigate the violent landscapes of Prohibition-era America. His journey is one of grit and survival, but the longer he and Alexandra remain apart, the more their connection begins to strain. Without the immediate urgency of their shared adventure, doubt begins to creep in. Can love truly withstand such a brutal test of time and distance? The more Alexandra struggles, the more she risks becoming a relic of Spencer's past rather than his future. Compounding Alexandra's plight is the looming presence of her former life. Season 2 delves deeper into the expectations placed upon her by her aristocratic lineage, forcing her to confront the possibility that she may never truly escape it. Her parents, once distant figures, re-enter the picture, offering her a lifeline but at the cost of her independence. They see Spencer as nothing more than a reckless fantasy, urging Alexandra to abandon her foolish quest and return to the world she once knew. This creates an emotional tug-of-war within her. Does she cling to the love she fought so hard for, or does she succumb to the overwhelming pressure to conform? This internal struggle is mirrored in the physical trials she endures. Every attempt to cross the ocean and reunite with Spencer is met with failure, ill-fated voyages, bureaucratic red tape, and the unrelenting forces of fate. It is as if the universe itself conspires to keep them apart. The obstacles are no longer just external. They become deeply personal, reflecting Alexandra's inner turmoil. The more she fights to hold on to Spencer, the more she is forced to question whether he is slipping away from her grasp. At its core, Alexandra's Season 2 journey is one of existential crisis. Her love for Spencer remains unwavering, but she is slowly realizing that love alone may not be enough. The world is not as simple as running away to adventure with the person you love. Responsibilities, past choices, and unforeseen hardships have a way of dismantling even the most passionate of romances. As she faces setback after setback, she must decide whether to keep fighting against the tide or to surrender to a fate she never wanted. And then there is the biggest question of all. If she does manage to reunite with Spencer, will he still be the same man she fell in love with? Distance and hardship change people, and their once inseparable bond may no longer be as strong as it once was. Their journeys, while intertwined, are shaping them into different versions of themselves. What if, after everything, she finally reaches Montana only to find that Spencer is no longer the man she remembers, or worse, that he has moved on? Alexandra's heartbreaking journey in 1923 Season 2 is a testament to the cruel unpredictability of fate. The more she fights for her love, the more she is pushed in the opposite direction. Her story is no longer just about romance. It is about resilience, identity, and the painful realization that sometimes love and destiny are not always aligned. Whether she finds her way back to Spencer or is forced to forge a new path entirely remains one of the most compelling mysteries of the season. One thing is certain, Alexandra's trials are far from over, and the road ahead is filled with even more hardtack. Whether this journey ultimately brings her back to Spencer or leads her to a new fate altogether, her story is one of the most riveting aspects of 1923 Season 2. The love she fought so fiercely for is slipping through her fingers, and as she struggles to reclaim it, she may just discover that her greatest battle is not against the forces keeping her from Spencer, but against herself.